Hello, hello. I am just gonna share this video and wait to see if anybody comes on. Oh shoot, forgot to do that. Whoops. Okay, I guess so many people that follow me probably don't eat these things, but if you're watching this video and you know somebody who needs to hear this information, then please share because it's so important. I am just looking through a book. So, hello. If you are watching me as a replay or live, say hello and post hello below. And of course, if you have any questions, I am reading from this book, which is going to show backwards at the Hormone Reset diet. I wish I could figure out how to turn this around. I got to do that. Turn it around here. Let me see something. You're probably a dirty office. No, that's not it. All right. Maybe this is it. Let me try something. Nope, that's not it. Oh boy. Now I can't get it off. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Let me check something here. Okay, sorry guys. I might have to restart this because I freaking touched something and then it doesn't work. You can still see me? Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go because I can't see it. You can still see me, but my screen's disrupted. All right, so I wanted to read about from this book, The Hormone Reset. There's so many things in here, but this one is about, I still go to coffee shops a lot, right? Like all the time, every day. And I still see so many people consuming all the breads and the treats and the muffins. And that is fine if it's every once in a while, right? But I actually see people come every single day and have the same thing every single day, like every single day. And then I know that women struggle with the weight gain and the fat around the midsection and are always talking about that. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to lose this. I don't know why. And I've tried everything and it just feels hopeless and helpless. Thing is that no, it's you're not doing what you need to do, right? You're stuck and addicted to those foods and can't imagine what you would eat without them, which to me seems absolutely bizarre. But so let's just read a little bit, eh? Boy, I hope I could find what I was reading here. Okay, we're just going to talk about meat. This is interesting. So, and also, so what we're going to talk a little bit about is estrogen dominance because fat can cause, so estrogen dominance can cause fat, yeah, and then when you have more fat, it causes even more estrogen dominance, which makes you even fatter, right? It causes more fat to come on. So it's a huge vicious cycle. And hormones are in the meats, a lot of the meats. And so that's like if you're not buying the wild organic meats. So for people who choose to be paleo or keto, she talks a bit about keto in this diet too, where you eat tons and tons of meat. Now, if somebody is supposed to be is going to do the paleo or keto, you have to eat really clean, organic, grass-fed, wild meats even that have none of the hormones and the junk and the antibiotics that is in the food, the meats that you buy at the grocery store. So if you're going to the grocery store and you're just buying in those meats and think that, well, I'm losing weight, but you're actually really damaging your body and could be going into putting all these hormones into your body, right? So too much estrogen. What it is that it's, so as we get older, our hormones start to decrease, right? So if progesterone decreases, your hormones are decreasing, progesterone and estrogen, and then you're taking in these fake kind of estrogens. So you're going to have lower progesterone. When you have lower progesterone, then you are considered estrogen dominance. So it's not like, oh, I'm menopausal now, so my estrogen should be really low, so there's no way I can be estrogen dominant. That's not true. The foods that you're eating, the things that you drink, all of the chemicals, everything can cause, plastics can cause what we call estrogen dominance. So you still could be that way, and that could be causing it. So too much estrogen relative to progesterone, like we talked about, can cause mood swings, bloating, fibroids, insomnia, and anxiety at any age. Okay? So estrogen dominance is the main reason women have a harder time losing weight regardless of age when compared with men. Lest you are still fuzzy, too much estrogen causes weight gain. Estrogen, along with other hormones, is responsible for how you respond to food, drink, and supplements. Okay? And this is what she says. This is about conventional red meat right now. Primary reason for weight gain and weight retention, most women who eat large amounts of conventional red meat, cheese, crave refined carbohydrates such as French fries, don't get enough fiber. And we're not talking just those freaking fiber mixes. We're talking from real fruits, real vegetables, high fiber foods, right? And nuts, seeds, chia, hemp, things like that, right? And also who have tons of stress, right? And drink too much alcohol. So here they're talking about, of course, you know, like women who eat like too much red meat. So if you're like, let's say going on paleo or keto, but you're consuming way too much of the store-bought red meats and meats, plus you like your wine, so you're consuming a lot of wine. You work full time and you have a family and you have busy this and busy that. So of course you're super stressed. You don't really have time to prepare healthy foods or don't know what to eat. So you eat the little quick snacks, maybe 100-calorie snacks or something that are just full of simple carbohydrates. They convert right to fat and sugar, right? So all this is going on. Well, that causes not only estrogen dominance, but also insulin resistance, blocks your metabolism. So your metabolism slows right down. And basically you just screw up the whole system of your body, right? And so there you go. There's no way you're going to lose weight when you continue with those things, right? Unless I said you're following some strict keto diet and you're eating the right kinds of foods, meats and things like that, and the higher, really good, healthier fats, right? But still, keto and paleo still talk about no refined carbohydrates, no sugars, no fake foods, no packaged foods, all of that, right? So remember, that is a key too. So some of these snacks, these 100-calorie snacks, or these, when people talk about counting calories, that freaking doesn't even matter if you're eating crap. I don't care if you're eating 100-calorie Oreos. That's only going to make you gain more weight, right? Estrogen dominance makes women more likely to have bloating, constipation. Finally, women who eat red meat have higher rates of blood sugar problems. And that was done by a large-scale study of red meat consumption, diabetes, and metabolic syndrome in nearly 150,000 people. And that's published in the Journal of American Medical Association. And processed meat, of course, is way, way worse. So any kind of lunch meats, sausages, anything like that, the beef jerky that's not made well, it's got a whole bunch of crap in it. So of course what they, is you eliminate those things. And basically everything says eat way more vegetables, eat way, way more vegetables, right? Good fibers and really good fats. That's another thing that's extremely important, you guys, is good fats. Good fats. Okay, grain-free. So of course gluten and all grains, but I'm not going to talk about certain things like certain buckwheats and stuff like that, which aren't as bad, right? Gluten is a protein found in some grains, but not all. And the grains can be bad for your gut. And of course, it's not going to help you to lose weight, right? I'm just reading some of these. I forgot I had lots underlined. Where is that? Okay, grains contain potentially harmful anti-nutrients beyond gluten. So it's not just the gluten, right? I can't pronounce this. Glutinous, It's a type of lectin that may cause leaky gut, dysbiosis, overgrowth of bad bacteria in the gut, and inflammation. Phytates can cause leaky gut and reduce the absorption of certain minerals like calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, and zinc. Very, very important ingredients. So if we're not able to absorb those highly important minerals that we need to help produce our hormones and everything in our body, then, right, that's not good. Digestive enzyme inhibitors, so they actually stop the body from digesting food properly, right? So this is just great. Like, that's what some of these grains can cause. So I know that some people say, well, you know, I don't seem to feel a problem from eating breads or from eating muffins all the time and things like that. You may not, but there's something going on that may show up later. And that's the thing. That's the thing when people all of a sudden they have like cancer of the bowels or this starts showing up and they're like, oh my God, I was feeling pretty good. Like, I don't know, it just came on all of a sudden. It never, ever comes on all of a sudden. Cutting out all carbs on it. So here's one thing she says about when people want to cut out all carbs. So we also got to know that when we're talking grains and when we're talking carbohydrates, people tend to lump carbohydrates one thing, right? Cut all carbs, get really low on carbs. And then there's this whole confusion. Well, broccoli is a carbohydrate. Cabbage is a carbohydrate, things like that. So I got to eat less of those, which is absolutely not true, right? So cutting out all carbs on a very low carb or ketogenic diet may lead to thyroid problems. So you need to really be aware of that. Thyroid problems, mood issues, adrenal dysfunction, and heart complications. Come on, women. Those are some of the things we suffer from the most, especially in mid-age, right? Thyroid, mood swings, well, I'll tell you for sure. Adrenal problems, absolutely. And heart problems, right? If you're trying to lose weight, focus on a pound per day of vegetables. Those are the carbs you should be eating, right? And some sweet potatoes like the yams are pretty good. Oh, there we go. The problem is that gluten may make you fat. When ingested, gluten can sound an alarm in your gut and your brain, trigger immune overreaction, increase appetite, and hook you into overeating, right? It can punch holes in the walls of your gut, leaky gut, leading to bloating, creating an aching belly, and cause your immune system to malfunction, leading into autoimmune disease. Okay? Gluten is quite difficult for us to ingest, and it says that there's only about 80% of the population that can, 80% of the population probably lacks the sufficient enzymes needed to break down and assimilate gluten. When gluten proteins are not sufficiently broken down, they may permeate the underlying immune tissue, lead to overstimulation of the immune system, which of course goes into the autoimmune diseases, or like Hashimoto's disease, which is also very common for women. Let me see. So of course there's some people notice right away that they have, like I do, have an issue with gluten. Some people are diagnosed with celiac disease. But there's various levels of gluten sensitivities. And of course, the best thing you can do is to get rid of that. Now, I know where people say they have problems is in breakfast, right? They're like, oh, I have such a problem at breakfast time. And because I just don't know what to eat. I think it's also because what we consider breakfast is the cereals and stuff. And then, so if you want to give up those, people are really lost. Because like, I don't have time to cook eggs, right? I don't have time to cook eggs. Seriously, you can scramble the eggs in I bet you can scramble eggs as fast as you can make a toast, or faster. So that's a crock of crap, right? And now if you're vegan, like there's chia, there's berries like blueberries and chia gel, and you can add some hemp seeds. You can make your own muesli, right? Because when you cook oats, that you have a higher glycemic index. If you eat them in the raw high fiber state, that doesn't give that real big spike. But there's so many things. You don't even need to have like a breakfast food. You know, there's things like you could have like a miso soup or something it's just what we are so accustomed to. What about some bone broth and something for breakfast, right? Like we're just so accustomed to these quick toast and cereal mornings, and that just screws everything up. And often we eat these little tiny foods and too much because we don't get enough of the nutrients. So things like intermittent fasting, where you actually don't eat until noon and then you can, or something like that, and then you consume foods. Like, people are just too used to eating these foods that have no nutrients, and then what happens is they just crave more foods, and then they get more hungry, and then they just want to eat all the time, and then snacks happen, and then they grab those carby, simple carbohydrate snacks, and then that just leads to more hunger and more cravings and more eating and more snacking. And this is just a vicious cycle, and then you wonder why you can't lose weight, right? Overeating. People eat too much for the type of activity that they do. That's another huge thing. I hear it so often, is you're eating, and I mean, of course, the wrong foods. So when you're eating too much of the wrong foods, that's just crazy. So please consider really decreasing the simple carbohydrates and the starchy carbs for a while, and add, like I said, decreasing, right? You can look at some healthier grains, possibly. Quinoa's actually a seed, buckwheat's actually a seed, so those things are pretty good. Wild rice isn't as bad, things like that. And also just limiting them, right? Just starting with way more vegetables, way more greens, adding some really good healthy fats, coconut oil, your avocado, your walnuts. Soak walnuts for about 5 or 6 hours, rinse them, drain them. Chop those up, add them to stir fry, add them to vegetables, add them to your salads. Get in some more different types of healthy raw seeds, and look at some raw food recipes that have a lot of recipes using those in their soaked or sprouted state, which makes them more healthier. Also contain minerals, very high in fiber, right? Start looking at some breakfast options. Get your green smoothies in. If you are at a point where you're like, I'm just really have a screwed up system and I need to lose this weight, you would probably want to get rid of the fruit for a while. So then blueberries possibly, but just try juicing in the morning or something like that. And there's just so many options, you guys, if you need help, because that is what I do. I really help you. Like, we're going to get rid of those things, but then how can you get rid of them if you don't know what to eat, if you don't have the right recipes, if you don't have food that tastes good? Because that's what's important. You want to be able to love the food you're eating, because then you will continue. And then you also want to know, how am I going to continue eating from here on in? If you go on a crash diet, if you go on one of those fad diets, you will not learn how you could eat on a normal everyday basis. And that's exactly what I can help you with. So if you are, of course, still wanting to eat the meat, I eat fish and stuff, then make good choices. Get the wild meats. Eat less of it. Yes, it's more expensive, but you're also not going to eat as much of it, right? This is your health. Make wise choices. Stop buying the packaged and crap food. Make your own healthy snacks. All of these types of things are something you want to look at, because truly, if you are somebody who's frustrated, you want to lose the weight, you're not feeling good, you need to reach out and get help, and you need to make some changes, but you don't have to do it alone, and it doesn't have to be horrible, frustrating, and depriving either. Reach out to me on Facebook, Diana Marchand, my site, dianamarchand.com. And if you are not part of my Facebook community, Women Creating Healthy Lives, then come and join that now. Also, reach out to me and we can have a call together, and I will see if there's something I can really help you with if you're really stuck right now. Thanks. All right, bye-bye. I'm still on. I got to figure out how to shut this off because I got it stuck, guys. So this is stuck on something I can't figure out. This is crazy. How do you get off of this? You're going to see me working on this. I can't shut it off. Okay, so sorry. I can't get... Does anybody know how to do this?